Hi, this is a video to show how to use the Bird Pom-pom maker, and what you're going to need is the pom-pom maker, of course, and some yarn that you want to make a pom-pom out of, and this is wax linen, which I'm going to use to tie off my pom-pom. So I'm going to cut a little piece of this and we'll just start. I want to make a 1-inch pom-pom, so I'm going to use the beak area. If I want to make a 2-inch pom-pom, I would be using the feet. So just for this 1 inch, we're going to start here. So I'm going to put a piece of linen in the beak right here and hold it to the side. This will be what I'll use later to tie off the pom-pom. And I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to hold the end of it under my finger like this, and I'm going to start winding on my yarn. Simple. You're going to just keep winding. I'm going to go about 1 inch wide because that's about how large my pom-pom is going to be. And then just once I've made that footprint, I'm just going to keep building up the yarn. And we're going to have quite a bit of it. So I'm just going to keep building it up. I like to have a fairly dense pom-pom. You can make them a lot softer and fluffier if you use less yarn. I like to have them be fairly firm. So I'm going to keep going, and I'll stop about here. So I'm all done winding on. You can see it's fairly thick. And I'm going to cut off the yarn, the rest of it. And then I'm going to take that linen and I'm going to bring it from around the back to the front, and we're going to tie it off. The reason why I chose linen instead of the same yarn to tie off the pom-pom is that I want to really tie this very tightly, and sometimes yarns can be somewhat fragile. And if it's really strong, see, even that broke. So let's do that again. I don't need to rewind everything. I'm just going to cut another piece. And I'm just going to go to the back of the beak and go through the very end of that hole. And then bring it around again. Tie one more time. So I still want it tight, but maybe not quite as tight as I pulled it before. And then knot it. I'm going to knot it one more time for good measure. And then I'm going to take this and just slide it right off the beak, like that. And then I'm going to cut through these loops with my scissors. So I'm going to first do one side and then I will do the other side. Make sure I've gotten all the loops. And see, immediately it puffs out. That side's done. Now I'm going to go to the other side and go through these loops. Boop. And then the inside loops. There's a couple more in there. I think that's the last one. Now I'm just going to puff it all out And it's going to be a very strange shape, and that's okay. It's a little sort of elongated. So what you're going to do is then just trim it, and you're going to trim it down to a nice round pom-pom shape. I'm just going to fluff this out a little bit first. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and start trimming it till I get that nice round pom-pom shape. I'm holding on to you can just trim off those linen ends if you want, but I like to hold on to them. I think sometimes they make a nice way to connect it to whatever I'm creating. It's the, you know, the end of a hat or a keychain or whatever it is that I want to attach this pom-pom to. Sometimes it's nice to have that little linen tail. You can always trim it right down and then just sew through the middle of the pom-pom if you like as well. So I can just keep going here and get really picky about it to create a perfect circle, perfect sphere. I kind of like a little bit of wonkiness. It has that nice handmade feel to it. A little wabi-sabi. So there you have your little pom-pom. And that's it. And in the description, I put the address of my Etsy store, and that's where you'll find the little bird template. Have fun. Bye.